The world of rugby has always been defined by tradition, discipline, and excellence. But every successful team eventually reaches a turning point where fresh ideas become just as important as experience. For New Zealand Rugby, that moment arrived with the appointment of Dave Rennie. After taking over from Scott Robertson, the new head coach inherited one of the most respected teams in world rugby, along with the enormous responsibility of preparing the All Blacks for the road to the 2027 Rugby World Cup. From the very beginning, it became clear that Dave Rennie was determined to bring a different philosophy. Instead of relying only on established stars, he wanted to reward players who had earned their opportunity through outstanding performances during the Super Rugby season. His message was simple. Selection would be based on current form, commitment, and the ability to perform under pressure rather than reputation alone. As training camp began, the atmosphere was unlike anything seen in recent years. Every player knew that no position was guaranteed. Senior internationals fought to maintain their places, while younger players trained with incredible determination, knowing that one impressive performance could completely change their careers. Among the names attracting the most attention was Fehi Fineanganofo. After an exceptional domestic season filled with brilliant attacking displays and an impressive number of tries, he had forced his way into the national conversation. His pace, confidence, and ability to create scoring opportunities made him one of the most exciting young backs in New Zealand rugby. Another player making a strong impression was Anton Segner. Known for his relentless work ethic and outstanding defensive ability, he quickly proved that he belonged at the highest level. Throughout training, he consistently demonstrated leadership, intelligence, and composure, qualities that coaches value just as much as physical talent. The coaching staff was equally impressed by Xavier Numia. The powerful loose-head prop brought energy and aggression to every training session. Whether competing in scrums or carrying the ball into heavy traffic, he never backed away from a challenge. His performances convinced many that he was ready to make the step into international rugby. Meanwhile, Josh Morby continued working hard despite facing fierce competition for places in the backline. Although his domestic form had been excellent, the return of experienced stars created difficult selection decisions. Even so, he remained fully committed to supporting the squad and pushing his teammates during every session. One of the biggest stories surrounding the team centered on Ruben Love. After producing one of the finest Super Rugby campaigns of his career, many believed he had earned the opportunity to wear the number 10 jersey. His creativity, vision, and calm decision-making with the ball made him one of the most exciting playmakers available. Throughout training, Ruben Love displayed remarkable confidence. He directed attacking movements with maturity far beyond his years, communicated constantly with teammates, and showed the ability to control the tempo of the game even under intense pressure. Every passing session, tactical drill, and match simulation strengthened the belief that he was ready for international rugby. Another player who impressed selectors was Peter Lokai. His physical presence, tireless work rate, and consistency around the breakdown made him a valuable option in the forward pack. Coaches appreciated not only his athletic ability, but also his willingness to learn and improve every single day. Competition remained fierce, especially with talented players such as Wallace Sititi also pushing hard for selection. Every training session became a battle where the smallest details often made the biggest difference. A perfectly timed tackle, a clever offload, or a decisive turnover could influence the coach's final decisions. As the days passed, speculation across New Zealand reached incredible levels. Television analysts debated possible starting lineups. Newspapers published predicted squads, while rugby supporters shared their opinions across social media. Some believed Dave Rennie should continue trusting experienced internationals, while others argued that this was the perfect opportunity to introduce a fearless new generation. Finally, selection day arrived. Inside the meeting room, Dave Rennie and his coaching staff carefully reviewed every player's performance. They watched hours of training footage, compared statistics, and discussed tactical combinations. Selecting the best players individually was important, but building the strongest possible team mattered even more. When the final squad was announced, it immediately became clear that a new chapter had begun. Fehi Fineanganofo, Anton Segner, and Xavier Numia had all earned opportunities to make their mark at the international level. Their inclusion represented far more than individual success. It reflected the coaching staff's belief that young talent should be trusted when it proves itself through performance. The announcement generated enormous excitement throughout New Zealand. Many supporters praised Dave Rennie for making bold decisions instead of following the safer path. Others questioned whether introducing several relatively inexperienced players against top-class international opposition carried unnecessary risk. Only the upcoming match against France could provide the answer. Preparation intensified as match day approached. Defensive systems became sharper. Attacking patterns became quicker. Communication grew louder. Every player understood that international rugby allows very little room for error. Senior stars welcomed the newcomers with professionalism and encouragement. They shared advice, explained tactical details, and reminded the debutants that confidence comes from preparation. Rather than treating them as inexperienced rookies, they treated them as teammates expected to contribute immediately. Inside the stadium, anticipation continued to build. Thousands of supporters filled the stands long before kickoff. Black jerseys covered every section of the crowd as fans eagerly waited to witness the beginning of a new era. When the players finally walked onto the field, emotions ran high. For Fehi Fineanganofo, Anton Segner, and Xavier Numia, this was the realization of dreams they had chased since childhood. Years of sacrifice, relentless training, and determination had led them to one unforgettable moment. The opening whistle signaled the beginning of a completely new challenge. The pace was relentless. Every collision was fierce. Every possession mattered. France immediately tested the All Blacks with physical defense and quick attacking phases, forcing the new-look team to remain disciplined under pressure. Instead of showing nerves, the debutants embraced the occasion. Fehi Fineanganofo attacked space fearlessly whenever the opportunity appeared. Anton Segner worked tirelessly around the field, making important tackles and supporting teammates in every phase of play. Coming off the bench, Xavier Numia added fresh energy to the forward pack, helping maintain physical dominance during the crucial final stages of the contest. Meanwhile, Ruben Love demonstrated exactly why so many people had backed him to receive this opportunity. His intelligent kicking game, accurate passing, and calm decision-making gave the backline confidence whenever they attacked. Rather than forcing difficult plays, he allowed the game to develop naturally while keeping the team organized. The experienced players balanced youthful enthusiasm with composure, creating a combination that looked increasingly comfortable as the match progressed. Every successful tackle increased confidence. Every attacking movement brought louder cheers from the crowd. Although France continued to fight with determination, the All Blacks refused to lose their focus. Their defensive discipline, teamwork, and communication remained strong until the final whistle. By the end of the match, one conclusion had become impossible to ignore. Dave Rennie had sent a powerful message to the rugby world. The future of the All Blacks would not be built only on history. It would be built on courage, opportunity, and trust in the next generation of talented players willing to embrace the responsibility